What's up? Can you hear it now? Mic check. Mic check, 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 check. Let's see. Any different? All right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I just had to shut everything down, including my audio interface, and just restart it. I don't know. It happens, I guess. Good. Is it too loud, Andrew, or do you want me to turn it down a little bit? Good. Well, good. And Chris was asking me to go live. I was waiting on him. He's checking on the Lawnmower Man. I think he wanted to talk to him or something like that, or he's going over checking on him. I'm not really sure, but just wanted to touch. Yeah, exactly. Brett just pointed it up. I want to talk about the podcast that I just did, and I appreciate you guys going over there and checking it out. Now that's a learning curve for me. I still have a lot. I still have a lot to do. Eventually, I'd like to be as good and as smooth as Paul Jameson. Uh, but we'll be there. We'll be there in due time, and that's. But it is. I am going forward. Now, Chris is here. I'm going forward with Life in Lawn Care. It'll be about 10-20 minute segment inside this channel, but that's going to be a work in progress. It's not going to be, you know what I mean? That's just going to be time and place, and just got a lot to do with that. But I definitely love the support from you guys. And I got a lot to learn because there's so much that things I should have done, little nuances, and but I mean, y'all know how it is. I mean, you get nervous first podcast. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see who jumps up here. There's the link. And this is just I know Wally and them are still live, and then a bunch of them other guys, they're gonna be going live. All Jason Ambrose, so a bunch of them guys are gonna be busy doing their own thing, which is cool because I don't think we'll plan on being on here very long. Just kind of just hanging out, just kind of catching up. Ain't really got a whole lot going on. Had a good conversation with a guy that was about a town over. Think we're going to try to do some work together. Think we're going to try to do some work together this upcoming year. I think I need to get you guys a new link. Let me get a new link here. But we're going to try to do some work together, and I'm trying to push him into starting his own podcast, or not podcast, starting his own 3 years. And we're gonna, yeah, that link is broke. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I just threw this new one up. I figured that as soon as I jumped it on there. Hey, what's happening?
What's going on now?
Oh, you see it, man. Just kind of figuring it out. And you know what's odd with this microphone? I had to be, because I normally record everything in a multi-track setting, and what I think what it was is I had to put it in a stereo mode, which is kind of odd.
Hey, I tell you, talk about it will get better. That podcast was a whole lot smoother than what you give credit for. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate it. And Chief Wahoo says OHIO, brother. I want to keep pushing through it. I like doing them, but because I've been wanting to do a podcast for a lot of years. I like the idea of just sitting down, but I also I'm trying to figure out the best way to I'm trying to figure out the best way to have like a video, which I don't really want to, have to worry too much about video, but
Right.
you know,
I mean, for real, with the video, just of the conversation, just the back and forth.
right, exactly, and that's what's cool, just
And
sitting
I
back. Go ahead.
and I think it helped you with starting it off with somebody that you knew. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah, because like you watched some of it, we went to school together. Just a solid dude.
Hey, and another idea, being that you're separating the podcast and the lawn care, you
Right.
might want to create an email just for the podcast.
I got one, but I didn't promote it. So I got one. I need to start putting it up there more.
I got you.
But that's another thing that Chris told me. It's like, dude, you need to start promoting your, your stuff, and he's right. Let me see here. I need mods. Let's see.
And hell, it can't hurt. Start a Facebook page for the podcast.
Right. Yeah, I got one built, but I never I haven't pushed any of that stuff yet because I just kind of went so quick with it. How do I add mods on here?
Damn good question.
Right. I don't know how. I don't really know how to do that yet. We had Jesus Christ that was coming in here. Definite troll. I don't like that. How do I do this?
Andrew, how does he add mods? It's something about click on the. Try this. Once I click on here. All right, so I type there. Try to click on the 3 dots and see if you can add.
Oh. Okay.
Where I typed hey.
Yeah, Andrew is now a moderator for your channel. Okay. Yeah, Jesus Christ was put in timeout, so I think that's 300 seconds. I'm sure he'll be back. Remove that guy. I don't like anybody taking the Lord's name in vain or using him as a troll. I mean, that's just kind of odd. I don't, it is what it is.
Hey, I'll tell you what. You need to run your buddy up out of Ohio and send him down here to Virginia. We can use him.
Oh, dude, you guys got some craziness going on in Virginia right now.
Shoot. Yeah. I'm surprised that the protest, whatever you want to call it, Monday went as smooth as it did.
Well, I mean, yeah. Oh, here, let me remove this one. I was, but then I wasn't because. Wait, here we go. This is the one. Is this the right one?
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, I am surprised. But then again, I was a member of the Tea Party through 2010 all the way up for a while, and like every protest or rally that we went to, a lot of the guys cleaned up after themselves, was really respectful, like because anybody that's in the leaders in there will, you know what I mean, they'll get after you.
Well, I wasn't worried about that side. I was worried more of idiots coming from the outside that had nothing to do with and making it all look bad. You know what I mean?
Right. There was actually one of the Antifa postings was saying like, no, like we're not going to go protest this because these guys are just normal everyday citizens. And like some people on that side, they like try to push it as like it's going to be a bunch of radicals with guns, and that's just not what it was.
And the crazy thing, one person got arrested, and it was after the event was over, technically, and they had a bandana over their face, and they were asked 3 times. They asked her 3 times just to take the bandana off, and she didn't. So they arrested her. And now in Virginia, to have a bandana over your face is a freaking felony.
Really?
Yeah.
Did not know that at all.
Yeah, they passed that about a year ago. So she's a college student at VCU, done ruined her freaking.
See, and that's what's because like you like the passion. The passion's good. It's just when you're younger, and I was like that. You know what I mean? You know how it is when you're young. You just think you know everything.
Right.
It took me until like I said before, and like I got to be about 30, and I realized, man, I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know what might be a good idea for? I guess you can call it a podcast because it wouldn't involve anybody but you. Sit down and give your story.
I thought about that, but I didn't. I haven't. You know what I mean? That's about as far as it got. Is just,
Hey,
yeah.
365. How are you doing? Black Fork. How you doing?
Good.
Guys,
I can see you. I can see you, but I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Nope, can't hear you.
Well, I'm blind. Shit. It's been a minute, man. I've been trying to get a hold of you, man. What's up with you, man? You're fucking fall off the face of the earth and you just went too wide on us or something? Is that what it is?
You on too many drugs. I fucking talked to your ass yesterday.
No, you did not. Did you really?
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
Like live?
Yeah, like live. Like,
no, you did not. No, you're pulling a prank. You did not talk to me yesterday. There's no way. I would have remembered that.
All right. what day was it that Dirty did the fucking live in the middle of the day?
That was
Yesterday.
Monday.
Okay, Monday.
Oh shit! Today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Damn. Yeah, you need to go to sleep.
Dude, don't mind me. It's all good, man.
Hey, I guess they forgot to tell you that you weren't only losing that, but you're gonna lose your mind too.
Apparently so.
Hey, but I'm definitely signing you up for the reversal.
No, you're not. No.
Oh, for his snip.
No. We ain't doing reversal. They're not putting me out for 3 hours and reconnecting all that bullshit. 15 minutes of fun versus 3 hours of pain? No.
Right.
Ain't happening. Take it all.
Come on now.
I'm gonna be a drug slogan right now. Just say no. I'm anti. Ain't happening. Someone wants kids and they want to be with me, they can find someone else. Or we can adopt. That's a lot cheaper.
Damn it, man.
Because my son done got on my last nerves today.
Yeah.
And it's a friendly reminder why I got snip.
Andrew said at 365, hire Chris to help. Hire Chris to help what?
Chris does it all.
What do you want me to do?
That's what I'm trying to figure out what Andrew is talking about.
I done already fired one employee today. I'm good.
What happened there?
Make excuses.
Oh, for real?
Well, I fired her yesterday, but yeah.
Well, dang, you ain't playing no games with these fools.
No, I don't need to hear excuses. When I say, hey, I need you to be there. Not wait 15 minutes before you need to go and then give me an excuse. I don't play well with that.
No, hey, I get it.
There's 15 other people I can call right now that would gladly go do it.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do. I respect it, but hey, I'm with you. Did they take it lightly?
She tried to come over today to talk to me and try to explain
Right.
a bunch of stuff, but I said, I'm sorry. That wasn't the agreement. The agreement is when I need you
It's business.
on these certain days.
Right.
This is what it is.
No, I get it.
And you don't tell any other employer 5 minutes before or 15 minutes before you got to come in. By the way, I ain't going to be there. Bye.
Now,
You
is
know.
had this employee where had they been in trouble?
Define in trouble.
Like, had they been causing trouble for you, like being late, calling off a lot, messing
No, not at all.
up at work?
Not at all.
Oh, you just got
I
no
know it-
nonsense. Yeah.
I just don't deal with it. I had
Right, no, I get it.
surgery. She knew 2 weeks
Like,
prior.
that's kind of cool because I don't have to worry about it.
I had surgery and she knew 2 weeks prior.
Oh yeah.
Wait a second. What's up,
Hey,
Mom?
Jussie, you need to clean up that background.
Why you don't like the Browns?
Maybe we can cover that with the Miami.
Yeah, that definitely ain't gonna happen.
I'm just the type of person that, they knew that I couldn't work these specific days due to my doctor's orders.
Right.
And you don't spring something like that on me when you know.
2 weeks in
Yeah.
advance.
Well, I mean, they knew very clearly. What happened is I don't know what the excuse was. I don't care. I
Right.
don't need you.
Right.
I mean, believe me, I don't.
Yeah, I don't blame you. You got to do what you got to do, man. I'm with it. I'm definitely with it. But yeah, I still plan on going forward. I'm gonna take my time with there's the lawnmower man. I take my time with the life and lawn care 20-minute segment that I'm be adding to this channel. But like I was talking to Chris, and it's like I'm not gonna rush it at all. Like I'm gonna sit down, time it out, and just make it go a little bit smoother. That's only gonna be like a 10-20 minute top type thing. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean, push it like that.
Bro, it's like this, man. Don't overload yourself with many projects when you just need to focus on one.
Right.
Focus on one project, break it down, and focus on one little piece at a time. and build yourself up to where it's self-sustaining. It's like a fluid motion,
Right.
and you're just it's there. I mean, like I said when I was talking to you earlier, Dirty and I didn't just whip this up in one day.
Right.
This isn't something we just said, okay, bam, there it is. We got everything. We're set up. We're golden. And we're still putting stuff together every day.
Right.
But
I guess it's a known fact now. Jesse just lets anybody up in here.
who is that?
Yo,
Oh,
daddy,
man.
boy, what's up?
What's up, brother? Is that little baby?
That's my little bit. It's my boy.
Heck
Say
yeah,
hi.
man.
Say
What
hi.
up? What up, my blindy? That's the future right there, guys.
Yep.
That's something I don't have to worry about anymore.
This mug.
Man, I tell you, dude.
Just tiny little
I
loaf
mean,
of bread.
I will tell you this, man. I miss the days of when my kids were that age right there. Full
What's
of
up,
love,
Lamar,
man.
man?
My daughter used to fall asleep by twisting because I had a long beard back when she was born. I mean, it was like right down here. Then she used to play with it and twist and just play with it for hours. That's how she used to fall asleep. Then Ethan, I used to put him to sleep on my four-wheeler. We'd get the Raptor out and I'd just drive around real slow.
Right.
I'd cradle him in my arms, and he'd just pass out. The motor.
That's awesome.
And now it's complete opposite. They're hellions.
Right.
My gray hairs have gotten more gray because the older they get.
My son's
not-
coming up on 2, and I'm already still like I'm ready for him to be back at that age right there when you're just like cuddly and sleepy all the time. Now he's
Yeah.
like crazy,
Yeah,
Oh,
he's 6 months, man.
right?
6 months.
Turning fast.
What's his name?
Jose?
Shit, we do have a junior.
We do
Yeah,
have
he's
a
junior.
junior.
The second or is he the
Right.
third?
I'm my first one, dude.
There
I mean, are
go.
you the second or are you the
I'm the
first?
second. My dad's Jose. I'm the second. He's the third.
Okay.
That's how my son is too. He's the third, but it's not like technically the third, and I'm
He's
not
like the
technically the
second.
second. Right. Well, my dad's name is Jesse James with no middle name. I have a middle name, and my son has a different middle name than me. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
My
what I
son
mean?
has a different middle name, too, and I have a different middle name.
Exactly. So it's like it's the third, but like it's you know what I mean. It's a
It's
little
not.
bit different. Right. I get it, but I still
You get-
tell people that he's the third.
Yeah.
Do you got any kids? 365?
Hell no, I'm a smart one.
Yeah. Right. Ain't no doubt about that. What's up? What's
He
up,
is
Rob's
smart.
Odd
I ain't
Jobs?
gonna lie.
The
He's
business
smart,
is
bro.
doing pretty good, man. I need to do a lot better. We ain't got
Smart.
a whole lot of snow coming in, but that plow's been giving me trouble. I still got to do a little bit work for the headlights, and that's all I got going on. But as of right now, I just kind of I got a little wire every time I'm running. I got it rigged, and that's all that matters.
Bro, you need to get a light bar for it. I could get you a light bar for $10 for that thing.
Give me one, bro. You said you could get a light bar for $10? Shit, where at?
Shit, eBay.
That's cheap.
Fuck. How
I
many
do-
inches is it?
The 24-inch I think is for like $10.
I do.
Oh,
Need
no.
It's a flood spot combo. That's what you want. You want your flood in the middle and your spot in the middle and your floods on the outside.
right. Yeah, I want a light bar. Bad. What's up, Lamar, man? Chris said that
Hello.
He was
How's
live
everybody
earlier.
doing?
Dude, I was looking for your live stream because you were live just not too long ago.
Yeah, I started on a Sunday.
Why'd you get off? Because I was trying to find you so we could get back on.
Damn it. I got shut off YouTube.
Oh, that happens. Get it done with gun. That's my man there.
What's up? Get it done with gun. How you doing, brother?
Let's
Hey,
see.
365, man. I need you to definitely holler at me tomorrow.
All right.
Not much going on there, Mike. We're just sitting here, just chilling, just kind of like a recap. Just chatting. You know what I mean? Ain't much going on, so we just decided.
This is the Black Fork Deep Compression Zone.
Yeah, just
Can you hear me now?
This is the dirty Black
hear
Fork.
The dirty blind fart. Yep.
the dirty blind fart.
Yep. Yep.
Oh God. There you go.
What
What
was
the
that?
hell?
Chris, that Florida, you nasty motherfucker.
And there it goes.
Probably shit yourself.
That shit just burned the fucking lens of his camera up.
Man, it might have fogged up a little bit here. I see fog. Let me wipe it off real quick.
What's happening, Matt Arnold? How you doing today, Matt?
I heard the dirty blind fart, and I had to do something about it.
Well, I think you got it
Good,
done.
Matt.
Hey, Matt, how you doing, sir? It is officially 27 degrees outside.
It's
Dude,
cold
it's
here. I
cold
don't know
over
what
here,
it
bro.
is. See here.
Hey, Jesse, I want to say you had a good show, man. The guy you brought on there was cool. Very interesting story. You
Thank
and
you.
I have already discussed what we've discussed, but I just wanted to put out there in public eye that you did a real good job.
Well, I appreciate it.
It will definitely get better in time, hands down. So just remember, man, focus on them itty bitty pieces, man.
Right,
The small stuff. Don't look at the big picture because that big picture falls in place.
right.
You know.
Oh, I get it, man. And
small stuff. Don't look at the big
uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Who's echoing?
Run. No, it's going crazy. We get it fixed.
Oh, shit.
Hey, come over here to Black Forks. We're over here on Black Fork.
I'm just waiting on more, man. Here, I got him muted.
How long you planning on going live, Jesse?
I'll be on here for a little bit. We're not gonna go all night long or anything, but it'll be a little bit. If you want to take the
All
time to
night long.
get the baby to sleep, go ahead.
Dude, you got a cute son, bro.
Thanks, bro. He's eating right now.
It's Mike Gunn. We'll be out. It's Jesse James podcast. I got the started a YouTube channel on it, but it's also on SoundCloud right now. Still working on getting it over to iTunes and all that other stuff. That's just going to happen in time.
You need to
Hey,
get that on MySpace, bro.
MySpace.
Huh.
People using MySpace.
Yeah.
I ain't seen anybody rock MySpace in years. Hey,
like
get
a
it done with
music thing
Gun.
now.
Why don't you come up here on this panel, brother? Say hi. Where did Lawnmower Man go?
Not sure.
His phone died.
1%. He's a 1%er.
So, yeah, he's the 1%ers. Yeah, come on up here, Mike. You want to jump up here and tell the people what's up? He's going to be starting a podcast soon, or at least he's talked about it. I don't know.
That's awesome. Jose, is your kid sleep all night?
He sleeps. We put him to sleep at 10 o'clock, and then he wakes up at 6 because if we sleep him earlier than that, then he wakes up early, dude. Wakes
That's
up like
good.
at 2 in the morning.
I mean, that's good that he's sleeping throughout the whole night like that, man. My
Yeah,
daughter
'cause-
was like that. She from birth she slept all night. I mean, she'd wake up, we feed her, but like she was real good. Now my son did well until he got colic, and then man, oh my dear God, many of sleepless nights.
Yeah, I tell you, dude. I know about that, bro. 'Cause when he was first born, man, I could not sleep for shit, dude. He would be crying. Either he needed food or he shit on himself or peed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, man. They definitely let you know when something's up.
Yep, like right now he's just chilling, dude. He's just hungry.
Who is
Yeah.
that?
Desert
Gandalf.
Oasis.
Gandalf? What's up, Gandalf?
It's Gandalf. Yeah, Gandalf. He's supporting the Browns, even though the Browns, like at the beginning of the season, man, I thought the Browns, I had so much high expectations. I was ready to make it happen. I thought playoffs for sure, but I don't know, man. The Browns just kind of fell apart, man.
Talking about football, and it's over.
Roll Tide Nation, baby.
Yeah, that's a joke there. Let's see what Mike Gunn has to say. Do it anytime. My phone's on the charger currently. That's all good. Hey, what's up with your podcast, man? Before you jump out, what's up with Mike Gunn's podcast? See if he lets us know about it. He might already be
Your
out.
mama?
What?
You didn't hear me, Black Fork?
No.
Say he's waiting on your mom.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've been picked on all week. I got picked on someone else, and you just happen to be the lucky feller.
Well,
I
have
love you,
fun.
Black Fork. You know I do.
Oh, I know. But no, y'all, Brett, you're right though. Just have like an introductory show. That's what Chris and Jim. That's how they did it. They had an introductory show. Just
Where'd
introducing
you get that
yourself.
mic, Jesse?
I ordered it on AmericanMusicSupply.com. Pretty good website.
But it was expensive.
Yeah, but American Music Supply is really good. They offer pretty good prices, but it's more like direct ordering.
Thing
I
about
have-
that audio stuff, you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I think the soundboard's more where you get better quality than an actual. You know,
Yeah, that's true.
you can do a lot of filtering out with that soundboard.
Yeah, you can get a good audio interface, and you can cover up a lot. But like, there's the difference between your regular compressed or dynamic microphones, which makes a difference too. It all just depends on the style you want to record, or if it's going to be for music, or instruments, or just sitting around in a quiet area.
I work for the government, so it's gonna be a while before I get something nice like that.
You work for the government, dude? Shit, then we can't be friends then if you work for the government.
Hey,
No,
La
Hey,
Migra.
Chris.
man. I work
What
for
Work
is-
for the immigration bro or what?
La
Hey, man.
Migra, La Migra.
I got.
Hey,
I
Rod,
got you
Soft Jaws.
covered.
Not too
I'm gonna
much.
I'm gonna have to send out a hit for you, Chris, if you work for the Migra.
Man,
Hey, Chris, what's all that damn feedback?
on who?
It sounds like coming from your end.
This is the only app I have open.
No, it's like it might be background noise because every time you're talking, I'm hearing the sheep crying in the back. Not giving them no attention or what?
It's because I'm taking care of Amy for you.
See, and you started in on me, but here it is. Brett's giving you the business.
That's how it is. It's a white boy thing. Now that I know he's white.
It's stupid ass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna put out a hit for you too. Then if you say ice is coming,
yeah.
I don't see no damn ice coming out.
The Mexican guy's getting nervous and paranoid.
I'm looking through the curtains, bro. See if immigration ain't out there.
You crazy ass.
Hey, man. Hey, make it to Oklahoma, dude. I got your back. I work for the state.
You're
I don't-
deport me as soon as I get to Oklahoma, dude. Fuck you.
I wouldn't dare do that. I'd take pity on you
Yeah.
because you had your kid.
Yeah.
You have to bring your kid for a sympathy act, Have him in front of your face, like you don't take me if I'm a familia.
Familia.
That would be sad. I watched a friend of mine play a joke on a bunch of Mexicans once. They were building a house, and he stamped a sticker on the side of his
Uh-oh.
truck that said immigration on it. And he pulled up to this house that these bunch of Mexicans were building, and I have never seen many people scatter that fast in my whole entire life.
Uh,
And I mean,
None of you bro,
scattered.
take off on the quick as soon as we see immigration.
Man, dude,
We
it
take
was-
off, boy.
I'm talking. You seen 12 people just scatter every direction but one. It was the craziest thing ever. It was a messed up joke, but
Right?
I mean,
Yeah, no doubt.
it was funny to see it. I mean, we all got a kick out of it.
Yeah, I bet them dudes weren't too happy about it though.
I don't know if they were friends or I don't know what the whole story of it was.
Oh, I'm sure there was some sort of friendly background to where they was able to bust their balls like that.
He just called me up one day and said, "Hey, meet me on the corner of Caddo and Huber." They were building a house, and I'm like, "Okay."
Good night, Matt. Matt said he's checking out tonight.
See you,
My-
Matt.
Hey, Jose, I told you that I lost that guy that was working with me, that other Jose, didn't I?
You lost him?
Yeah, I ain't seen him since we were at Wawa, probably about 3 weeks ago. That son of a gun, poof, he was fucking gone. All I
the
told
Mexican
is that-
working for you?
No, he's from Guatemala. All I told him was to go in and get ice. That motherfucker turned around and hauled ass.
Damn.
Fucking ran out of shoes. I don't know what his problem.
Yeah.
Did you pay him first?
Shit, he dropped his wallet. I'm gonna chase him.
Right. So what you been up to there, 365?
Not too much. Trying to get a little bit of this, get a little bit of that.
You don't
The
know.
guy I had working with me went for a construction job. Like I told him, I wasn't mad at him. I mean, they guarantee him 5 days a week. He needing to send money back to his wife and 2 kids. You know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah, I get it.
Family first.
Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
take care of business.
so I told him, I said, I ain't mad at all. I definitely understand. So I'm trying to, not take on huge leaf jobs and stuff like that. Trying to find small stuff that can get me through till the spring.
You're still doing leaf jobs right now?
Yeah.
Well, that's good. What do you do? Stay about 3-4 days a week then?
Right now, 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's better
Yeah.
where I'm at. I'm just here and there is about everything. You know what I mean? I'm just waiting on that snow to start falling at a
Right.
more
Me too.
consistent pace.
You gonna
You're gonna
get
get it
snow,
next
Jesse?
week.
We ain't got much.
Damn.
You're gonna get a big front next week.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
But next
Got
week's-
all my taxes taken care of. Drop them off.
I'm still waiting on 1099s. I haven't got. I figured I'd already have them by now.
Right.
If you're waiting on businesses, buddy, you ain't gonna see us till the last day of the month.
Well, that's okay. I'll wait on it. I ain't no rush for it. I'm letting the baby. I'm letting Kayla claim the baby this year.
How much you get for
What's
a kid,
up?
Jesse? I'm about to claim mine.
Last year we got a couple thousand. I think like 3,000.
It's either 2,500 or 3,500. They raised it this year or
Yeah, I
last
think-
year.
I think it's 3,500 for
Sweet.
Yeah, I'm thinking 35. Closer to 35.
Yeah.
I think Chris is
Yeah.
right.
Did I just hear Andrew?
Yeah.
See,
So,
senor.
how much did you get?
About almost $5,000 last year.
$5,000.
Yeah.
Oh, get back.
But I don't know the exact number because it's changed over the last couple of years.
Well, all the taxes change with how you claim or what you claim. If you claim head of household with it plus your income, but this is all different than me. So I'm taking the baby out of. Kayla's going to claim the baby because I don't know how it's going to affect me and the businesses. I
Wait,
think I'm
did
gonna
you say
wait.
multiple businesses?
Yeah, I had a couple different commercial accounts plus my W-2s. So I'm waiting for the 1099s from the businesses that I did work for throughout the summer. Plus I'm
Oh,
waiting on my
okay.
W-2 from my factory
I
job.
thought you meant you had 2 different businesses.
No, not yet.
Or is that the plan?
Hey, you got to take over the world. Got to start somewhere.
Hey, 365,
How
you
long's
could
Willie
hire
been
Chris
on?
to help you.
Huh?
You could hire Chris to help you.
I'm going to put him on the 1099 for the first year or so.
It's all right. I got insurance. We're good. You can do that.
See if he works out.
Yeah, at least first year and a half.
That's so bad. At least all that got exposed though.
Hey, Chris, how much money you need every day to be my driver?
He'd be
15 an hour.
a great driver.
365, it's chauffeur.
Hey, I just bought an army tank. It can be whatever. He can get around in it.
What's
Shoot.
going on there?
Unstoppable,
Attack.
buddy. Where do you want to go? It's a wrap. We got this. Money in the bank.
Romeo Lawn Services in the house.
You got people that ain't collected, that it's not paying you. Take care of that too.
Right.
Real quick. I'll be Mr. Bill Collector. I have no problem with that.
Collecting debts.
I've done that in actual life a few times.
My pictures. I don't even have my dog.
Did I hear Jose on helium?
Right.
I could have sworn I heard helium.
365, man. September 16th to the 20th is UTV takeover.
Look at that screen there, Brad.
September 16th through the 20th.
Yes.
What
up?
is
You coming up to hang out with the blind guy?
What the hell y'all got going on?
The biggest side by side event in the country.
Shit.
It's like
Fucking-
that.
Oh, I get it. I get what
Huh?
it is.
I think we should all meet up in Tennessee. That's what I'm thinking.
I won't be at September 16th to the 20th.
Right.
Hey, Chris, look at Poppy's icon.
I'm blind.
It's got Jim eating a donut or something.
He does that quite frequently.
I know.
I think Jim and them are live right now too.
Yeah, but you're live, and we're talking with you.
Yeah. That's just one thing about it. It's just everybody goes live anymore.
Hey, Gandalf, you coming on the screen?
Is it live week or something?
I think
Because
so.
this week I've seen more people live than I have in what 6 months.
Hey, just give them some time. Give them some time. A lot of the ones that are trying to do it outside of the community or even in the community, they'll fall off.
What?
You know, you got some that are starting to live and just like putting a picture up on the screen, and
That is retarded.
nobody's, you know.
Hey, Andrew, you got me on Instagram?
I think so.
Send me your number.
Number.
Yes, your phone number. You know, thing that you used to call with.
I'll get it.
I got to get new fucking business cards and signs and all that made up. Get my new number put on it.
That's what I'm
Mama
about to get
Whirly.
started too.
Oh wait,
Well, it's
Mama
like
Whirly has a connection.
I
think.
I had to
Hold
check.
go
Oh, wait,
ahead, Brett.
I know what 365's new business name is.
I had to change my phone number. That way I quit getting calls from Chris. No.
That you don't lie. You had to change your number because Amy was coming up there so many times. Hey
Damn
man, I mean
Say-
either that or Eileen.
it. Yeah, Eileen's terrible.
Man,
Anyone hear from Ricky?
Ricky Bobby?
Who?
Ricky Lee?
Ricky Bobby?
Ricky Lee.
Nope.
Ricky Lee.
I don't know Ricky Lee.
I have no idea who Ricky Lee is.
Poppy.
I think he's putting the baby down right now, bud.
Yeah, man, he's got a son. Priscilla, go lay down. Fatty McFat. What do you
No,
want,
but
girl?
I need to go get all new business cards and everything made up too. That's kind of on my list to get done before end of February.
What girl? What big girl?
I'm gonna tell you, Vistaprint.
Want to say hi, camera?
Yeah, Vistaprint is probably who I'm going to go through because I've already got my design made up, and like to go through another person, I have to pay the all new redesign
Oh
fee
my
and
gosh.
everything.
What?
Not sure what you're looking at here.
I know you guys want love.
Can you see anything?
I know you want love. I know you want love.
Yeah, what about
All right.
him? Ricky Lee?
There we go.
All right, get down. Get down.
You know him?
Down. Go.
I
No,
think so.
don't know.
Hey, let me go let these dogs out real quick. 'Cause they're going ape shit real quick. That's their
Ah.
sign to say, hey, no Christmas tree. Can't you believe it?
But yeah, who you always go through Vistaprint there, Brett?
No, I used to,
Right.
and let me tell you, it seemed like so. I got a lot of stuff from them,
Right.
but I would be like, this is a little off, that's a little off, whatever. And it's, I would be honest with you, I did them dirty. If I needed 1,000 cards, I'd order 500. And then I'd say, this shade wasn't really the shade I thought it was going to be. Oh, no problem. Here's 500. Here's the replacement order.
Oh, really?
And yeah, that, if I wanted a dozen shirts, I'd order 6. No, they'd send out 6 more. So that went on and on and on. Finally, they said, we're done. We're not doing, you're no longer able to place orders with us.
Ah, that's a good idea. What's up, Big Ray?
So they keep screwing up your order.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey,
Hey,
man,
read
get
this
a hold
comment.
of Emily, and she can get that taken care of pretty quick.
She's live with Steve right now.
We're live here with Black Fart. Okay.
Read this comment for Chris here, guys.
Oh, Romeo Lawn Service said any lawn care tips or stories of business?
Lawn care tips, stories of business. Tips. That's a good question.
Get that insurance. That's a good tip for anybody out there.
Man, I will tell you this.
Absolutely.
If you're a small business owner, do not focus on trying to get your LLC or sole proprietor and stuff if you're just starting out. That's the problem. Man, focus on your growth first. When you know your growth and you know you're going to be consistent, because what's the purpose of buying an LLC or sole proprietor if you think you're only going to be in it for 2 to 3 years?
Right.
I understand, but definitely get insurance on your business.
I've got a lot
There's
of
been
work.
many a times where an accidental rock has hit a vehicle or a house or something like that, and you are liable for that. Because it's your job to check the yard. It's your job to make sure. It's not your job to pick everything up, but if you know there's a rock right there and you blatantly run over it, it's your fault.
I mean, on a property that I mow, it's a big commercial apartment complex. There's this where the landscape and the rocks come together. Like, I guess kids or something that live inside the apartment complex, they must kick these rocks out, because I was mowing one day and I heard the mower pick up a rock. I heard it cycle under the deck, and I watched a rock fly between two cars. Now, I am insured, but that's just how quick it can happen. Now, could I have been paying a better attention and seen it? I should have went through when I was weed eating, kicked all the rocks and double checked everything. I didn't double check, but that's just how quick it can happen. And for all the guys, there's a lot of guys out here running around without insurance because they think it's just so expensive. They think because, it's $1 million policy, it's going to be super, super expensive. But it's like, in reality, it's only like between $300 to $500 a year at $20 a month or something.
But also, you need to look at this too. Insurance also goes off your credit score too. People don't ever tell people about that. All your insurance does.
It didn't for mine.
Huh?
It didn't for mine. I just had to show them my my EIN number. I had to give them my business EIN
that's
number.
Because you're a business and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
It all depends on the company and what type of plan you want.
Right.
I mean, there's different stuff that goes different ways.
Right.
But I mean, now I can tell you a story happened to me last year.
Go ahead.
Love you too, son. I was mowing, and I was thinking I was going to get clever and go real fast. And I was up on an embankment. I think I told the story a couple weeks ago. And I was doing a commercial property, and it's like a 30 degree grade. I've done it several times before. The Dixon can do it, but I just, you got to be consistent. And I was trying to rush through it. The faster I get to the top, because I mow from top going down. I don't work my way from bottom up. I go top and then work my way down to the bottom. And then I hit this high spot that kind of just inclined up like that. And my mower started to go this way. And I was on one wheel. And I mean, good thing I have good reflexes with my hands, because I jerked back on my right joystick and shoved my mower to go to that direction.
Wow.
But it was a butthole pucker moment, and I don't have any safety switch on my mower.
Man, and that Dixon doesn't have a roll cage either, does it?
Sure doesn't.
Right, I didn't think it did.
Is this a stand-on you're using, or a
sit down?
A ride-on?
A ride-on, zero turn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a 60-inch.
It's a nice mower, Dixon. I like them old Dixons, man. They run forever.
It's a very comfortable mower. That Kohler motor is a strong 26 horse, and it will cut through anything effortlessly.
I'll tell you what, I wish I could get away and get down to Mississippi in February to that Kohler event.
I do too. I mean, but I was happy that I went to Michigan earlier in the year and went up there. I mean, there's just so many events now. We got Brian, we got the GIE, then we got Brian's event, then we got the one coming up in Hattiesburg, the Lawn Care Life event in Alabama. I mean, the lawn care business on YouTube is getting so big so quick. I mean, which is a good thing because we're finally starting to get recognition. Because I remember for years, whenever I would just be quiet and I was just a guy that would just watch videos, didn't comment, didn't like, didn't do anything. It wasn't nearly this big.
Hey,
I'm curious.
let me ask.
It seems like the lawn care on YouTube seems like a bubble, and as it's growing, is it going to burst like the housing bubble?
No. Oh, eventually.
Well,
well, when I say burst, I mean some are gonna fall off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. But it's not like economics either, where the housing market crash was a bunch of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac unsecured subprime lenders. Like if you have a bunch of good thing with YouTube, when it's not a bunch of subprime loans, it's a bunch of retards like me or idiots. I don't mean to use that word. I'm trying my best to not use that word. I apologize, and I don't mean to be offensive to anybody out there.
I think we see your point.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of cats like me trying to make it in YouTube. I mean, make it in YouTube. That means like I'm just sharing my stories, having a good time. And
and the good thing about YouTube is you got so many people watching it. You got different people like different styles and different personalities. You know what I mean? So I think there's room for everybody.
Just like where Amy said that she found everybody because she wanted to learn how to use a weed trimmer a little bit better or something along those lines.
Hey, let me ask y'all's opinion on this. So here in Virginia, they are trying to pass a law now.
Red flag law?
Minimum wage, where get it up to $15 an hour. Now, if they do that, I can see a whole lot of these bigger lawn care companies going out of business or way downsizing because they're paying $8, $9 an hour to their guys. They're not going to be able to afford to pay $15 an hour. And that's going to open the freaking market up for guys like myself big time. You know what I mean? Because honestly, if it goes to $15 an hour minimum wage, I will not hire anybody. I'll stay solo.
Right. And I think that's going to be a movement throughout the entire nation, honestly.
Yeah.
What is it?
The
parts of New York are already going up to $15 and $20 an hour.
Do you think our nationwide average is going to be 15 an hour? Does anybody really think that?
Eventually, very
I
soon.
think it will.
Within the next
State and New York City just did.
Within the next 3 to 5 years, absolutely.
I'm hoping so soon because Oklahoma ain't like that. You know what it is here?
No.
$7.75.
It's $7.25 here in Virginia.
It's $8.25 in Ohio.
Because it used to be like $9 in New York, upstate
Well,
New York.
the thing about New York, the city's so big that it runs roughshod over the entire state.
Yeah,
they got a higher standard of living in the city. You know what I mean? Just like Seattle and all these other places that have really high minimum wage, but they have a higher standard of living versus like $20 an hour. That's here. $20 an hour is a good paying job. There, that's not. That's just your average. But the apartments there are also $10,000. You know, more than anything else.
I hope one day that because my field of work that I do, or that I do, is considered a specialty. And I mean, believe me when I say I don't get paid nowhere near enough, I don't get paid nowhere near enough. I have occupied and entertained the idea of just doing different businesses and just cleaning and maintaining the buildings.
Right.
I could do it because they pay me $100 an hour.
Right.
Literally. But
well, your company's making $100 or $100.
If they make it work on holidays, then you're making 1.5 or double time, right?
No, not when you're contracted. I'm a salary-based contractor. They pay me X amount of dollars, no ifs, ands, and buts, every week throughout the whole entire year.
That's a good gig.
And the crazy thing is, like, even with salary, because they changed the law on that, they can get you up to, 48 hours a week, I think.
Yeah,
Right.
it's 48, and then anything over 48, they have to either compensate you by paying you more, or they have to pay you time and a half of what they break your hourly wages, your salary down to hourly.
Right.
They pay that time and a half over 48, or they say, okay, let's say for instance, when I was working at Walmart, I was salary. I was making $3,000 a month. So I worked 60-hour weeks religiously. Well, when they kicked that deal in effect, they said, okay, since you're working this many hours right now, and we can only pay you up to 48, so here's your salary at 48. We're going to give you an additional $1,200 or $1,000 a month to compensate for the 60, because you work roughly 60 hours. And so what that does is that you sign a piece of paper agreeing to the extra amount of money they're getting a month, saying that you're working salary and that your hours don't count because you've accepted this addition to your salary. I guess you could say raise.
Right.
If I would declined it, then I'd work 48, and then they would pay me, what is it, $23.50 or something like that, or 26
Your time and a
an
half.
hour. Anything after that. But here's the kicker: Oklahoma is the right to work state. They can force you down, and they can force you to step down at any time. It's not if your work ethic sucks or anything like that. If you don't conform to what their agreement is, then they can say, okay, well, you don't want to do this. Guess what? We're moving you down to hourly now. So,
Right.
and businesses will do that, because think about it. And most of them, like bankers and stuff like that, yeah, if they get paid 48 hours, they're only working 48 hours or
Right.
40 if they're salary. They're not going to work over that.
Right.
And their companies will allow them. Like my job, I work for the state. I'm salary there. I get paid once a month. I cannot get overtime. If I do, it's called comp time, and they'll add it towards my PTO and stuff like that. But I promise you, you cannot work 1 minute past 40 at all. They
Yeah.
won't allow it.
Yeah. All right, and that's the way some places are set up. I want to jump into where Lawnscapes of America said he doesn't add insurance until November and takes it off in the spring, which is cool, because I think sometimes you just got to do some insurance shopping, because my insurance, whenever I added it on, it's actually the same price. Mine is the exact same price with snow plowing, and I didn't understand that at first, so I contacted my agent and I said, hey, my rates didn't go up, or what's going on? What's my policy? She said, it's still the same policy, but we added on snow plowing. So as long as you're plowing and doing your thing, you're covered. And I was like, cool. So it really just shop around. Some agencies are better than others. You know, some places offer better rates. I have a
Most
local
definitely.
I have a local small place in Mansfield where I get my insurance, and because I
Well,
checked with Progressive and stuff, and I didn't like the rates that they were offering me and anything, all these big companies that. But when I checked with this place, it's a local company. They did awesome.
Well, the thing about insurance too that people may not understand, this isn't like it's liability insurance. This insurance is to protect the other person, it protects you from getting sued, yes, but it's to protect the damages of someone else. It's not like, where you're getting full coverage, and if, say, you injured somebody and it comes back and it injures you. No, it's literally protecting your equipment from hitting someone else. They're not going to fix your equipment. What they're going to do is take care of the person you damaged, or the property or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So,
but that $1 million or $2 million peace of mind, I mean, that's the difference between starting a nice commercial job or sorry, you have to have a $2 million policy in order to work on any of our properties. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, I get it completely. I mean, I have a $2 million policy, and I can't have it. I mean, I have to have it because I do a lot of commercial properties as far as my snow plow and then yard work and stuff like that.
I mean, that's the
well,
way
I have 3 of them. It's not like I have a ton of them, but I mean,
it works.
they won't touch you.
Right. Exactly. Got any good stories that happened to you this year, Chris?
As far as plowing,
or
as far
any
as what?
any stories, any good things that you kind of caught you off guard this year that like kind of sticks out in your mind, whether it's the beginning of spring all the way up until now, anything that was like, whoa, I haven't came across this before, that was really weird and different.
Something new or something different or something strange.
Man, so I mean, I do a lot of properties for free, so I think what caught me off guard this year is it took me back. I have an elderly couple. Man, they're super nice people, and every time I mow their yard, they'd either make a meatloaf or just like I've had dinner plates and they'll make a whole entire meatloaf for me, for me and my son, you know. But I think what took me back, I think one day I was mowing their yard and they had a tree that fell down, and so I cut it up and hauled it off. Well, in return, I came home and they made like this nice. I mean, it was nice meal.
Right.
And they
They
took
care
me
of you.
back. Oh man, it happens all the time, man. I can promise you, in the summertime, I eat more or less for free on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, that
People giving me
restaurant,
food.
the restaurant that I mow, they pay me $40 to mow it, and then I get a free meal. I pretty much eat for free every time I go there, just because I'm the lawn maintenance landscape guy. Even now, whenever I go there.
Well, for even Thanksgiving, they didn't have much to. I mean, and I don't even do nothing mow it, but they brought me a turkey over here to my house.
Oh, there you go.
And it's I gave it to my.
That's nice.
But I paid it forward. I gave it to a neighbor who their family couldn't afford Thanksgiving, and I gave it to them so they could have the Thanksgiving, because I had Thanksgiving already, and but they didn't have a turkey or whatnot, so I gave them a bird, and, you know. But I don't know.
You gave them the bird on Thanksgiving? That's messed up.
Well, you know, sometimes you just gotta show your true feelings and really reach out somebody with that bird, you know.
Expose your true colors.
Yeah,
that just goes to show we still have really nice people in this world.
But dude, I'm a big pay it forward person, because a lot of my life, I mean, you have to understand, my biological father is a piece of shit, just hands down. He's nothing to talk about. He ain't worth anything. But my adopted dad, who adopted me, my brother and sister, has never had relationships with my mom. No relations whatsoever. Was a friend that started out and just took me and my brother and sister in, and has done more than help. Has kept my mom from going bankrupt, because he paid $1 million worth of my eye trauma when I went blind, you know. Has done more for my family than anybody could ever. So I'm a humongous person. I'm paying it forward.
Right.
If I could do anything and everybody to help that one person out, to make an impact on one person, I'm there all the time. Yeah. And I don't.
Question: when you injured your eye, on that $1 million, shouldn't the insurance have paid a portion of that?
Bro, my mom, we grew up poor, man. My mom didn't have insurance on us.
No, I didn't know if she had insurance through her job.
It's hard to get health insurance.
Let me reiterate this. My mom worked 2 jobs, went to college, and took care of 3 kids, okay? At 8 years old, I was helping my mom pay bills.
Okay. I understand, Chris.
Okay? When insurance, when you have eye trauma, that insurance covered some of it, you're correct. But you got to think, one of my eye surgeries was $440,000. I had 13 different eye surgeries in consecutive 5-year term.
Wow.
You know, they add up, man. That debt, I mean, doctors don't care. Hospitals don't care. They want their money. You know? So I had someone who was grateful that really, really helped my family out. And I was blessed, to say the least. And he's still my dad to this day. He lives 4 blocks up the road from me. And I see him 3 times a week, and we go to eat lunch once a week. We're very close.
Do you mow his lawn?
No, he is so OCD. I wouldn't touch his yard. No way.
Okay.
No.
There's
No.
quite a yeah. I've come across quite a few people that are like, everything's got to be a certain way. It's just nah, you
Hey.
do it, man.
Heck
Hey.
no. I
Hey.
watched him. He has an edger, and he uses that edger instead of a leaf blower. He'd rather get the broom out
Right.
and sweep all his stuff up into a pile. I mean, when I say his yard is in perfect condition, it is in perfect condition.
There was this lady that on this apartment complex that I was taking care of one day. Like I had mowed this whole side, and I was going through with the blower. So I'm blowing, and like I see her out there sweeping, but what she doesn't realize is I'm on the other end and I'm working my way down. These grass clippings are gonna go right past her, perfectly clean. She sees me blowing the sidewalks, and so she's out there sweeping it up, and then like gives me that look right after, like I'm about 20 feet away from her. Grass clippings are starting to land on her sidewalk, and I'm like, I'll be right there, I'm getting it. And then she was like getting in my way trying to sweep it off. I'm like, geez, lady, just stay out of my way.
They're very I mean, people are set in their ways, and my dad's been like that. I mean, my dad has no kids or anything like that. He's just very, I mean, which is, it's his world. He's set in his ways. He's very strict. I could tell you what he's doing every day at a certain time because he's a man of very, very strict habit. He follows to a T. But
ain't nothing wrong with that.
my dad has blessed me with a lot, dude. I have I would not be the man today that I am now without him, hands down.
Oh yeah.
And that's what defines people. It's not matter what they got, what they do or don't do. It's how you look at life and what you do for other people. Because let's face it, society is selfish, very selfish, and it's us as who we are determines how selfish you want to be in that society. Now, I'm not saying don't go make money. By all means, go make money. Everybody needs to. You got to survive. You got to eat. And you got to feed your family. But I choose to do things that I do because there's always someone worse than me.
Oh yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah, it's always good to take care of your community, and that's like what I think a lot more people's going to get back to. That's why I'm happy to offer sometimes if I can, like for people in need, free leaf cleanups or something simple, something that like doesn't cost me very much time, but like to someone like a single mother that's having hard times and she doesn't have A, the equipment, or B, the time. I took a lot of pride in that whenever I did a couple of them jobs, and to my surprise, I ran that ad on Facebook for quite a while, and only a few people took advantage of free service, like legitimately 100% free.
Well, and you're absolutely right because a lot of people have a guilty conscience. But like even with Wally and them were saying on their live stream today is that that's the ripple effect, man. You take a pebble and you throw it out there, and then they got to talking with people from Kohler, and then Kohler started talking to some other people, and here they are. Someone got their stuff ripped off, and that was their livelihood. They couldn't make no money. They didn't have the insurance to replace that stuff, and they got them hooked up with the whole new setup so they can continue making money and feed their family. And that is what the lawn care community is all about. It's not about that gimmies in life. It's about how can you help someone out, and it don't have to be with giving them stuff, but it could be with information, knowledge, friendship, conversation. I mean, little things,
Yeah, Kohler's doing pretty big things right now. They stepped up in the universe of social media, and they've kind of taken over. They've made their footprint pretty firm.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. I mean, they're competing along the lines of like Jobber with businesses that are trying to get in touch with influencers.
Well, dude, Kohler's been a motor industry for forever,
Well, yeah, I'm saying their social media aspect of it. Like they've that's what I'm more talking about. Yeah, you're right. They've been in business forever. I'm just saying like they've got in touch with influencers and start pushing their product more on the social media side. That's smart because like I was talking to a guy earlier tonight on the phone, and he's like I said, he's from Mansfield. Me and him's trying to get together a couple times this upcoming spring, and we were talking about the power of social media, and it's only getting more powerful. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, that's just the way it's going.
And you know the mower brand Ventrek?
Yeah, Ventrac.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Toro just bought them 167.5 million.
Wow.
That's low. That's low.
167
I
million
thought it'd be
dollars is
billion-
low.
I thought it'd be billions.
No.
dude, that's not that Ventrac. No,
That's a really expensive unit. Small market.
I mean, you get. Let's put it this way, man. The lawn mowing market is not a humongous market. It's big, but it's not humongous. You know,
It's getting smaller every day because like Toro bought Exmark, now they bought Ventrek. You know what I mean?
Black & Decker bought MTD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at tool companies are bigger than the lawnmower industry, you know. But you got to think about it. It's only catered to. I mean, you can't use a mower. I mean, well, you could, but I mean, it's not practical. A mower's only there to do one thing and one thing only.
Yeah, the utilization isn't as high.
Yes, unlike tools or fast food and stuff like that. So, I mean, $167 million. That's a lot of $1 million. I mean, that's a big price. But you know, let's put it this way: Dre sold Beats to Apple for $1.3 billion.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's ridiculous.
And to think where Dre came from, you know what I mean? It just blows his mind. I mean,
yeah, he was just a regular disc jockey from Compton back in the 70s and 80s, and then they just blew
he was
up.
poor.
That's what I'm saying.
Poor.
Yeah,
he
poor.
did struggles in life and did his thing, you know, and he came up, which is good. Everybody I mean, in all reality, everybody wants to put their mark on life, mark on society. I, of course, do, you know. It's just, you know, how is your voice going to get heard?
Right.
You know, Andrew, everybody knows you around, man. Your voice has been heard. You're on a lot of social platforms, and it's funny.
It's been fun, so I'm gonna jump off.
Why is that?
Why? Because I'm going to carry my ass to bed. That's why.
No, you're talking like a white boy.
I can't believe for the longest time Chris thought I was black.
Dude, that's crazy, man. Your voice.
You got deep
problems,
voice.
man. Dude,
I think 365 misses calling as a radio disc jockey, as a radio guy.
You've got the voice for it.
Shit, if I had to be closed up inside working, yeah, I'd lose my little bit of mind I got left. I would lose it.
I know, right? That mastiff would get a hold of you.
Shit.
Fucking holler at me tomorrow, brother.
All right, now we'll catch y'all later.
Later.
Take care, Rob's Odd Jobs.
Rob's Odd Jobs. He better get on the screen. I want to talk to him. Rob, I know you're down there. Come on the screen and say hello to your buddy.
I haven't seen him comment in quite a while. He might be gone, bud.
You know how I said Worley was live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess who fell asleep?
Steve?
He fell asleep on his live?
Yep. No, he went to bed, I think.
Oh. Well,
Was it off?
That happens. A lot of people.
I think he was up for over 24 hours.
That guy doesn't really sleep a whole lot, I've noticed.
Man, he just got a lot going on, dude. They have life things that happen, and they just gotta, you know.
Yeah.
Well, he did build that car over the last day or two. That's little
passion,
car.
man. And model cars is his thing. Did who's all in the chat?
Let me.
I don't think we're gonna go too much longer, but
Let's see. We got. Hey, Ricky, you still here?
There ain't that many people watching. I think it's just like Rob's Odd Jobs has said goodbye. Law Escapes of America, Ricky Lee. And then I don't know. A lot of people.
Bet you Lawnmower Man's live. Bet you
might
got
be.
off to go live.
Yeah,
I know he was live earlier.
Yeah, that's what Chris is saying. Let me try to screen share this. This is going to be one of the next guys I'll try to get up on the podcast. He's a solid dude. Let me try to screen share this. Let me go.
What's going
Screen share the entire screen application window.
Ricky Lee, you still in here?
Hold on a second. Hide from user.
Ricky, come on up.
Ricky Lee, if you're there, you can come on up.
You want to put the link in the chat? See if he'll jump.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
Who else wants to jump up for a few minutes?
Welcome to Crafty Crochet Tuesday.
Ricky, there's the link.
Yeah, he's going to enter him, and then he's going to be given power to do miracles.
Oh my God.
Who is that?
Here, watch this guy real quick. This is the next guy we having on the podcast. Listen to this dude.
Is this the guy Steve was talking about the other day?
No. Listen.
I can't hear anything.
Neither can I.
All right, hold on a second. I can hear it fine. I don't know how this screen share works. Y'all can't hear him?
No,
No.
you're not going to because it's audio's through yours.
Well, for the screen share, it don't work.
No, just screen. It's not.
Yeah, that's
How
the
you
dude
feeling, Ricky?
That'd be the dude I have coming up next. Well, as soon as I can get up with him, him's just trying to lock a data. And he's one of them dudes, man. He's got a great voice. His name's Mike Combs. He's got a great voice. This is a local guy that been back and forth from Nashville, man. And like when he tried to make his break, he started having children, and then like it held him up. And man, he was on a TV show back in the day. Like it was kind of like a Jerry Springer type national TV show, and like him and his wife was arguing about it. Like he's just got one of the vocals, man, that is just amazing.
You got Amy in the chat.
Okay. How you doing, Amy?
She missed 365.
Yeah, he had to go to bed.
Well, 365 and Amy have that little thing going on.
Amy gonna beat you up now.
But it's fact.
If Ricky wants to get up here, he can.
Ricky said he doesn't want to come up. He's going to bed.
Oh, Ricky, have a good day, sir.
I think everybody's just about getting tired.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna see if Lawnmower Man's on there. But hey, Black.
I'm gonna jump on Whirly's for just a few minutes.
Is Whirly still alive?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, we'll see you.
All right, man. Hey, you take a good one, brother. Thank you for coming live, man.
Send these guys. We'll go ahead and close it out. I think Chris is leaving. Andrew's already leaving. If you guys want to check it out, I'm going to be having on the podcast coming up in a day or so, maybe 3 days. I don't know. I'll be filling more of that in as we go. It'll be, his name's Mike Combs. He's a great singer, man. One of them dudes that are just, you sit back and be like, why didn't this guy make it? Because I know this dude can sing. Is just a professional singer. Mike Combs, he's got a YouTube channel. He's awesome. He's on iTunes, all the music platforms, SoundCloud, all of it, man. He's got a great story behind it. He's a supervisor at the factory. It's just a great dude. And upcoming in a couple days after that, it'll be a guy named Cody James. He's actually a cousin of mine who lived back and forth all over the state of Ohio, a life in and out of drugs and just in and out of prisons, drugs, everything, man. The guy's lived a crazy life and he stepped away from it all. And he's a great contractor, man. He can build anything. He's a happy father. He's got it going on for him now. And his story is just amazing, man. I love the stories of people who overcome treachery and who have such a hard time, and they make it work, because he could have easily give up and he didn't. But with that, we're going to close it off, and just keep looking for the podcast. It'll be on Jesse James Podcast and on the YouTube channel, and just go to jessejamespodcast.com and follow along. I got to put a blog post up tonight. And with that, we'll close it out. We'll see you guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. And we'll see y'all later.